Hi guys. Okay, I want to go through the down and dirty on meiosis versus mitosis. So, both are types of cell division. Okay? Mitosis versus meiosis. Here we go. So, what cells are involved? Well, for mitosis, the cells involved are your somatic cells, okay? These are all of your body cells, your bone cells, your skin cells, your liver cells, your heart cells, all of those cells except your gametes, okay? So, like I said, skin, bone, heart, eyeballs, liver, all of the cells in your body except your gametes. So then, what cells are involved in meiosis? I bet you guessed it. Your gametes. Gametes are also known as germ cells. Okay? And when we talk about gametes or germ cells, we're talking about eggs and sperm. That's it. Okay? So, what cells are created during the process of mitosis? The cells that are created are all clones of whatever cell went into that replication process. So if you scraped your skin cells need to go through mitosis to create new skin cells that are a clone of the old skin cells. And that's its job, right? To repair, help you repair those cells, or maybe you're growing, that kind of thing. For meiosis, the cells that are created are genetically unique gametes, right? So genetically unique egg and sperm. All right, so how many chromosomes will the cells that are created have? Well, mitosis is creating clones, right? A clone is an exact copy. So, all of the cells in mitosis create clones of whatever cell went into the process. So if the chromosome number was 10, the cells created will all have 10. That's the way it is in mitosis. Clones are created. What about meiosis? Well, meiosis has to take that parent chromosome number and divide it in half. So when the sperm fertilizes the egg, you have the right number of chromosomes. So the whole process of meiosis is to reduce the chromosome number by half. All right. What about major events during either of these processes? Well, for mitosis, no, there aren't any major events. You're creating clones, easy peasy lemon squeezy for the bod, okay? But for meiosis, yes, we do have two very important events. The first one is crossing over, and the second one is independent assortment. These are huge events, and these are the events that are creating such genetic diversity in the gametes. That is why siblings don't look alike, even though they can come from the same parent. These two events are essential to understand. These are what create genetic diversity in species. Okay? And this is when we do Punnett squares and dihybrid crosses, we can see crossing over and independent assortment in action. That's why, especially dihybrid crosses, are so cool. All right. Now, if you have a mutation in either your somatic cells or your gametes, will you pass those on to offspring? Well, let's look at somatic cells first. Absolutely, you cannot pass a mutation that happens in your somatic cells onto your offspring. Why? Because they're not involved in the least little way in creating offspring. They are simply the cells of your body doing their function. They have nothing to do with creating your offspring. And think of it this way. If you develop skin cancer because you've been out in the sun too long, are you going to pass that cancer on to your offspring? No. Most mutations that happen in somatic cells are a result of environmental issues that someone, smoking and getting lung cancer, things like that. Somatic cells are not passed on, mutations in somatic cells are not passed on to offspring because somatic cells have nothing to do with offspring. Now, what about gametes? Of course, if you have a mutation in a gamete, that is a sperm or egg, you will of course pass those mutations onto your offspring because gametes make offspring. So gametes, we also call them germ cells. Your sperm and egg, because they're the only cells in your body that make offspring, if you have mutations in them, you will pass those mutations on to your offspring. Okay, that's the down and dirty. Hope it was good.